Hey there, my yoga friends. Welcome to your mat, and I invite you to like my channel if you want to take a moment to do that after practice. And I invite you to come down to your mat now and start in child's pose. So, bringing your knees to the edges of the mat, your toes are touching. Pull your hands forward and feel your spine open up. As you begin this ujjayi breath and you're extending into your child's pose, you're breathing in through your nose and you're feeling your stomach expand. Every exhale, you feel your stomach contract back to your spine. Let yourself just rest into your mat, maybe rocking your forehead back and forth on your mat. If you'd like, I invite you to pull your forehead off the mat, tent your hands up onto fingertips, pull your arms off the ground, and press your heart and shoulders towards the mat. Feel your low back releasing, maybe get a little side to side movement. Now release your palms to mat, bring your hands to prayer, bending your elbows, walk your elbows forward, thumbs behind your neck, and exhale, bringing heart and shoulders towards the mat. Release your palms forward. Cross your right arm under and walk your left hand diagonally across the mat, looking towards the right side of your mat. Just breathe. Now looking back towards the left. And diagonal your arm and bring your right arm out to child's pose. Now sewing your left arm underneath and walk your right arm diagonally, trying to look left if you can. And now looking back towards the right. Unwind your arms to child's pose. Little stretch here. And rise right into your tabletop pose, bringing hips over knees, shoulders over wrists, and look around to the right, tipping your hips to the left. Big press open. Breathing through your nose, unwind to the other side, looking around to the left. Inhale back to center. Let's go to cow pose, pressing hips and head high. Exhale to cat, rounding your back to the sky. Maybe come to fingertips, really rounding shoulder blades. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Come back to your tabletop pose. Roll your toes under and let your hips come back to your heels. Just press into the mat, just opening up your toes a little bit, feeling your feet getting a little bit of opening. Now walk your hands up to your knees and walk your hands onto your thighs. Pull your shoulders back, cactus your arms, pulling elbows back. Your toes are still rolled under. Open up your arms. Inhale, pull open here. Exhale, back to tabletop pose. Untuck your toes, pound out your toes a little bit. Roll your toes under and come up to downward dog. Let's start our practice walking our dog, just bending your knees side to side. Maybe increase that bend, a little deeper bend of knees underneath your torso. Maybe lift up your bent knee foot. Maybe kick it underneath a little. Try anything. Just open up your body. Planting that foot underneath there. Opening up. That feels good. And back to your downward dog. Pressing full palm and fingertips into the mat. Inhale, heels high. Exhale through your nose, heels back towards the mat, heart towards your knees. Feel your shoulders opening up. Inhale, right foot high. And bending your knee, just take some circles with your hips. Switching directions. Right foot high and bring right foot to downward dog. Left foot high, bending your knee, taking some circles here. Both directions. And right foot high, back to downward dog. Inhale, heels high, soften your knees, and tiptoe or walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. Grab your shoulder or your opposite elbows with hands and just release. Soften your torso to your thighs and kind of rock back and forth. Release your neck and your head, relax your face. Now tightening just your right knee. Now release your right knee and tighten just your left knee. Let your fingertips go to the mat and try to tighten both knees if you can. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Release your knees and start to rise up towards your Tadasana, like a slow rise. Hands high, look high. Bring hands to prayer and thumbs to heart center. Pull your shoulders together behind you. Inhale, hands high, low back bend. And wide arms, exhale all the way to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, touch the mat, step your right foot back to a little runner's lunge, pulling your hips towards the mat. Plant your palms and kick your left foot high, three-legged dog, and flow forward to a low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Heels high, knees soft, and hop or walk to the top of your mat and halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root, rise up to your Tadasana, and swan dive back to the mat. Halfway lift. Plant your fingers and left foot back. Runner's lunge, soften your hip to the mat. Plant your palms and right foot high, three-legged dog. Forward to high to low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Pull your kneecaps off the mat. Exhale, downward dog. Let's do 2 more of those just for the moving meditation. Heels high, knees soft, hop or walk, top of the mat, halfway lift, forward fold. Root and rise. Big back bend here. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Halfway lift. And vinyasa flow high to low plank. Upward dog. And downward dog. One more flow. Heels high, knees soft. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Root. And rise all the way to your Tadasana. Hands high. Forward fold. Halfway lift. And flow through your vinyasa. Taking 3 breaths here just to ground and come to your mat and just be still in your mind, maybe picking a word. Something to focus on throughout your practice, finding your drishti, your focus. Inhale your right foot high to the sky. Exhale forward, right knee to your nose. So pull to a high plank, tucking knee to nose. Inhale, right foot high. Exhale, right foot steps forward outside of your right hand to lizard lunge. Fingertips down, pull your shoulders back, lower your hip towards the mat. Now plant your palms inside that right foot and pull both feet to pinky edge, tipping your feet open. Look up, raise your right hand high. Now look to the back of your mat and pull right hand back. A little twist in your spine. Inhale back to a twisted runner, right hand high. To runner's lunge, right hand frames your right foot. Step your right foot to the outer edge of the mat. Straighten your legs. A wide leg open option here. Maybe lift your right toe high to your nose, walking your fingertips forward. Your nose is towards your knee. Pull that right hip back. Now lowering your right foot, plant your left palm, twisted triangle, right hand high. Maybe come to fingertips. Open up a wide leg triangle, nice open spine. We're gonna go from here to a twisted half moon. So look to the mat, soften your right knee, pull your left foot off the mat, bring that left hand forward. Right hand stays high, look high. Toes, by your back left toes are pulled to your shin. Tight knee. We're gonna go to pyramid. So right hand comes down to frame foot, left foot comes halfway down your mat, wide and strong. Tighten or pull your right hip back, left hip forward, walk hands forward and your tummy to spine, nose towards your knee, your right knee. Both kneecaps are solid and noticeably strong, maybe tightening them if you can. And option to bring your hands behind your low back, pulling knuckles away, shoulders away from ears. And as you forward fold, you bring your hands over your head towards the front of the mat. Really pressing into your right pinky edge and your back heel. If hands are raised, release Bring your left palm to the mat. Right hand goes high, look high. Now sew your right arm underneath your left all the way to your back ankle. Grab that ankle. Walk left hand forward and twist to look underneath your left armpit and pull your right hip back. Walk those fingers forward, twisting here. Deep breathing through your nose. Release your palms to frame your right foot. We're going right into standing needle, left foot high. Right into wide leg forward fold, left foot to the back of the mat. Toes walk to face the right of your top of your mat now. Hands between your legs and walk your hands through. Option to soften your knees if you'd like and just feel some stretching here. Maybe grabbing an opposite ankle with a hand. Just feeling some twists and turns. Releasing hands below your shoulders, halfway lift. Exhale, walk to the back of your mat. Come to a lizard lunge in the back. Left hand inside your left foot. Tip both heels or both feet to pinky edge. Left hand high. Nice big twist, you guys. Beautiful opener. Look to the top of your mat. Open up back to your back foot. Right, left hand goes back, back, back. Inhale, back to twisted runner. Left hand high to runner's lunge. Hand comes to mat. Step your right foot wide and straighten your legs. Pull your left hip back. Toes towards your nose. We're going to twist our triangle. Lower your toes. Right hand's flat and left hand goes high. Maybe come to fingertips on the mat. Big twist. Tighten your back knee. We're going to go to a twisted half moon. So look to the mat. Soften your front left knee and pull right foot high. Right hand pulls forward. Left hand stays high. Big opener here. Pyramid pose. Left hand down. Right foot halfway down the mat. Straighten your legs. Tighten your kneecaps. Heart high. Flat back. Pull your heart to your knee and walk your hands forward. Pull your left hip back. Your right hip forward. Option to really solidify your feet. Bring hands behind your back. Different thumb on top. Pull knuckles away from you. And hands over your head. Get your balance. Pressing into your full foot. Release your hands. Right hand down, left hand high. Look high. And so left arm under right. Grab your right back ankle. Look under your right armpit. And twist. Pull and twist. Inhale right into a standing needle. Hands frame your left foot. Right foot high. Pull your nose towards your shin. Maybe grabbing onto your calf. We're going to go to wide leg forward fold again. So right foot top of the mat, forward fold. Toes are facing straight towards the edge of mat. Forward fold, hands between your toes. And look to the right, right into a runner's lunge. Hips go low, shoulders back. Nice, you guys. Plant your hands and kick your right foot high, three-legged dog. Right knee to nose, tap. Right foot high. Right foot forward to runner's lunge. Nice and solid. Bring your left foot wide. So you're really strong here. You're going to try and keep your whole lower body just where it is. So your thigh is parallel with the mat. Hands to heart and start to rise up to a crescent lunge. Hands go high. Now water wheel arms. Right hand back, left hand forward. Look to your back hand. You can rise up if you'd like. Just try to keep everything pulled into center. Back bend. Right hand behind your thigh. Left hand over your head. Look over your shoulder. Now we're going to open to warrior two. So windmill your arms. Right hand forward, left hand back. Nice and strong here. Shoulders back and down your spine. We're going to open up to a crescent lunge. So step that right foot wide, back foot to tiptoe, hands high. Face the front of your mat. And we're gonna bring our hands behind us to hover our crescent. Maybe step that left foot in a little because we're going to rise high, left knee high, hands high. Right into an eagle pose. So soften your right knee as you cross left knee over right, left elbow under right elbow. Pull your elbows high and squeeze. You might have your left foot on the ground. Maybe it's hooked around your calf. You do you. One more breath here. Lower your hips a little if you can. Woo. Get your wobbles. Wobbles are winning. Unhook your knee, left knee high, hands high. Airplane pose. Left foot back. Woo. Hands squeeze behind your spine. Find your drishti, your balance. Shoulders back and away from your spine. Intertwine your fingers behind you. Pull your knuckles back. Left foot back of the mat. Pull up towards, we're going to humble warrior. So pull knuckles back, heart high, your front knee's bent. And forward fold. Hands over your head and your right shoulder's inside your right knee. Pull that knee in. Lowering your bend. You're bowing to your king as if. Look back to your back toe. Option to tumble your tree. Your back foot comes to tiptoe. Kick that foot off the mat. Head over your knee. Hands are still over your head. We'll balance. And we're all going to go to half moon. Right hand inside, in front of your right toes. Now stacking, lifting left foot, left hand high. Option to bend your left knee. Woo! Get you a balance. Grab that left foot with your left hand and open up. Maybe you want to bring your right hand off the mat. Pulling forward to a dancer pose. You play with these poses, you guys, as asanas, always. Back to a half moon. We're going to go to a little curtsy. Hands to heart. Left knee behind right. Open back up to half moon. Back to curtsy. Hands to heart. Knee behind knee. And back to half moon. Back to standing needle. Hands to mat. Starting to feel that right thigh, huh? Kick your left foot high to the sky. Stand up. Left knee high. Hands high. Woo! Yes. We're going to go right into into a side angle. Excuse me. So bring hands towards your heart. You're tipping forward. Your left foot gently steps to the back. Right hand inside your right foot. Left hand high. Stacking. Again, you can have elbow to knee or hand to ground. Look high. Try to pull hip over hip. Option to bind. Right arm under right. Left hand behind your arm, your back, and pull your shoulders open, looking high. This is where some people go to bird of paradise, which we can discuss at a future reference. Opening up if you're bound, back to your side angle. Straighten your front leg. We're going right into triangle pose. So rising up. So you're stacked. You're a triangle. You're not a tent. A triangle. Your right hand might be halfway down your shin. Maybe you can begin to extend that triangle, hand towards toes, looking high. Soften your right knee. We're going to open up to 5-point star. Toes are wide, hands high. Look to the back of the mat, right into runner's lunge. Frame your left foot. Nice open hips. Open up. Maybe tap your right knee to the mat. Pull right foot towards your glute. Maybe even grab that foot. A little stretch. Whew. Feeling that now. Push that right foot to the back of the mat. Back to your runner's lunge. Get ready to rise on up again. Soften your right knee. Pull right knee high, hands high. We're going to dancing Shiva. Right hand back, left hand forward. Grab either your knee or your pinky edge of your right foot. Kicking into your hand. Open up. Big, tall stance. Slowly release your foot. Hands to heart. We're going to a seated pose here, guys. A king, lord of the fishes. Lord of the fishes, a half lord of the fishes. Right knee comes back as if to curtsy, but it comes to the mat behind your left ankle, all the way to the ground. You're twisted. Perfect. Left hand back, right hand high. Now bend your right elbow and press it behind your left knee. Twist. Inhale, pull high. Exhale, twist and hold it here. We're going to kind of stay as we are, but release your elbows, and we're going to cradle our left leg. So bring your left foot into your right crease of your elbow, other elbow around your knee. If you can grab fingers, great, and just give a little rock. You're pulling your right foot towards your shoulder, armpit, so you can open up your left hip. Big squeeze as if you're in your half pigeon. Another pose we'll finish off with. Now, option to stay here, or to go into a compass pose with me. Release your hands from your foot. Right hand comes to your left pinky edge, so you're crossing over. You can just straighten that leg as you're moving up towards it, or pull your left knee like a backpack over your left shoulder. Open your left arm straight. It's kicking, straightening that left leg. You're pressing into your shoulder, looking under your right armpit and straightening out to your compass pose. Big, beautiful breath. Slowly bending, coming, bringing your foot all the way to the back of the mat. We're going right into standing needle. Frame your left foot, push your right foot high. Right into goddess pose with an exhale, toes wide, knees bent, cactus your arms. Pull everything back and open, look high. Turn to the top of the mat, runner's lunge. Kick your right foot high, three-legged dog. And float that foot as you go to high to low plank, if you'd like. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale to your downward dog. Inhale, heels high. Exhale, heels low, heart to your knees. Feel your shoulders opening up. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, left knee to nose. Left foot high. And left foot all the way forward to a runner's lunge. Frame your left foot, nice and strong. Bring that right knee to the ground this time. Bend your knee and grab your back foot. Nice little opener here. Foot back to the mat. Back up to your runner's lunge. And we're going to get nice and solid, right foot wide. And we're pulling up to that crescent lunge. Hands high. And water wheel arms. Left hand back, right hand forward. Look to your back hand. Tighten that back leg if you can. Hand behind knee. Right hand over your head. Back bend. Inhale to warrior two. Left hand front of the mat. Right hand, look back at it, maybe check it out. Check that you're straight and your torso is facing directly to the right. Now you're looking over your hand and left knee pulls to your left. We're gonna open up to a crescent lunge to pull to the front. Right hand comes high, step wide, big open heart here. Exhale to a hovering crescent, your head comes forward. We're gonna rise up, right knee high, hands high. Right into an eagle pose. Right knee comes over, left knee, right arm under left. Pull high. If you can bend your knees a little, lowering your hips towards the mat. Nice straight back, keep your drishti, keep your focus, breathing here. Inhale, knee high, hands high, right into airplane, you guys. Kick right foot back. Your hips are parallel to the mat, so try not to tip, but to be side by side, hands back behind you. Squeeze your hands back, different thumb on top, bind your fingers together, knuckles pull to the back as you step right foot to the back of the mat. Pull hard up, and front knee's bent still. Big open heart. Humble warrior forward, like as if towards a runner's lunge, but hands are bound and right foot's planted. Hands over your head, left shoulder inside your left knee. Tuck your hips towards the right. Option to topple your tree. Your hands stay as they are, but pull right foot to tiptoe. Lift right leg off the ground. Head pulls forward. Half moon. Left hand down. Right hand high. Stacking. Opening up. Option to bend your right knee. Wobble's winning. Grab that foot if you want to lift your left hand off the mat. Great. Play with it. Open back up to your half moon. We're going to come to a curtsy. Hands to heart. Right knee behind left. Woo. Back to your half moon. Curtsy, knee behind knee, hands to heart, to half moon. Right into a standing needle. Hands frame your left foot. Right foot high. And we're going to rise up, right knee high, hands high. And we're going to go right into a side angle. So gently open up. Right foot to the back of the mat. Left hand inside your left foot. Right hand high. Option to bind your angles. So right hand would bend behind your back. Left arm under your leg. Hands find each other if they can. And you open up your shoulders. This is where people might go to a bird of paradise. So you step your right foot forward. It's a whole nother party. Left hand down. We're going to go right into our standing to our triangle. Straighten your front leg and lift on up. Stacking hip over hip. Trying to shoulder over shoulder. Left hand extends. Arms pull apart. Sometimes in this pose, people bring their hand extended or both hands. You can play with these poses, you guys. Just open up. We're going to rise up to 5-point star. Toes pull in. Hands high, big, energetic pose. Back of the mat, runner's lunge. Hands come down to frame your right foot. Press your hips out. I think this is where we bent our knee. Let's do it again. Bend your left knee. Grab your left foot with your right hand. Nice. That's a little relief. Squeeze that hip open. Come back to your runner's lunge. Get ready because we're going to rise on up strong, solid right foot, soften left knee, pull high, hands high. Shiva, dancing Shiva, left hand back. Woo. Right hand comes to your right knee or grabs your pinky edge of your left foot, kicks into hand, big open heart. Look back to your left hand if you can and want. Slowly release, hands to heart. We're going to that half Lord of Fishes. Left knee behind right, come to seated pose. Left knee all the way down to the ground. Yes, so controlled. Right hand high, all the way to the back of the mat. Left hand high. Now bend left elbow, press it onto your right knee and twist. Inhale, head high. Exhale, look around your right shoulder. Inhale, head high. And exhale, hold it here. We're slowly going to release. This is where we go again into that rocking knee. So grabbing your right foot, putting into the crease of your left elbow. Holding on your right knee here. Turn so we can be facing each other. But just rocking and rolling. Pulling your foot in towards your armpit. Nice stretch of the hip. And now option to stay here or to go to your compass pose. So you're releasing and crossing over. Left hand to right pinky edge. Straightening that right leg. Right arm sews underneath though. If you're going to do the compass like a backpack, remember right shoulder underneath your right knee. Right arm goes straight out. Kick and straighten your right leg. Look under your left armpit and open up your compass. Compasses aren't just for geometry anymore, kids. Slowly release your foot to the back of the mat, right into a standing needle. Press your hands to frame your right foot, left foot high, shoulders away from ears. Now pull your nose towards your shin, maybe hand around your calf. We're going to open right into goddess. Left foot to the front of the mat. Bend your knees, your toes are out. Cactus, your arms nice and open here. Look to the top of the mat, runner's lunge. Left foot, three-legged dog, kick high. Flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Beautiful, hard work. Walk your dog. Feel the strengthening through your entire body from your inside to your outside and through every edge of your body. Tighten your right knee, soften your left knee. Tighten your left knee, soften your right knee. Walk your hands right back to your toes. So you forward fold. Root and slowly rise so the blood doesn't all rush to the wrong direction. Hands high, look high. Hands to prayer and pull them down to your heart. For a little balance pose, we're going to go towards our tree pose here. Leaning into your left foot, peel your right heel off the mat. Hands can come wide. Pull your right foot high. Grabbing if you'd like, pulling it into your inner left thigh, or maybe tucking it into your curve, that crease of your left hip. Or it's right, use against your shin. No problem, wherever you need it for a little balance. I do offer to you to find in your practice where you can push your edge a little more. Sometimes that's coming to child's pose. Sometimes it's holding that foot a little higher. Option to bring your hands high, like branches of a tree, pulling everything in towards the root system. Look high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release your right foot, knee high. Kick right foot forward, pressing palm to palm. We're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee. Right foot joins left. Shake out everything. Whew. Hands out at your sides. Left push into your right foot. Left heel peels off the mat. Going to your tree on the left side. Left heel inside your right thigh, or in the crease, or on your calf. Find your drishti. Your eyes find one spot to hold on to, low or high. No judgment on where it is. Just a great focus. Pull open. Option to bring hands high. If you're wobbling, embrace it. If you fall down, stand right back up. Breathing. Pull hands back to heart center. Release your foot, knee high. Kick left foot forward and pulse for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot joins right. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, forward fold. Walk forward to a high plank, and we're going to do 5 low to high plank. So low plank, option knees to mat, high plank. Low plank, high plank. 3 more and high. 2 more and high. Last one and high. Downward dog. Lift your heels, soften your knees, hop or walk right on through to a seated pose. Yes, tense. Let's shake out our legs a little bit. Your arms, your shoulders. Right arm straight and cross it over your body again. Let's just open up. Release, left arm forward and across your body. A little shoulder stretchy stretch. Now bring your fingertips to tent by your hips. We're going towards a high boat, and we're going to roll to our back and push high, then back to high boat, and then coming back to back and high boat. We're going to do 20 of these. So roll back and high, roll back and high, back for 17, and back for 16, back for 15, back 14, up 13, up 12, up, you're doing great, 11, come on, for 10, up for 9, up for 7. You could be an overachiever and do it longer. For 6, up for 5, up for 4, up for 3. That went so quickly. Up for 2, last one, and up for high boat. What? To low boat. Hold it here. We're going to crisscross. I mean it. For 10. What? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Lie back. Breathe. Pull your knees to your heart. Little rock and roll. Maybe grabbing knees. Give yourself some circles with your knees. Yes. Feet high, hands high. Hands by your hips, palms down. Option to pull your hips off the mat, go right into a plow pose. So your feet high into the back behind your head. Protect yourself looking high and watching your low back. Or push right into a shoulder stand if you'd like. Or option just to stay on your back and to keep your feet high and hands by your sides in a waterfall pose. In this pose, maybe play around a little. Eventually, maybe moving towards having a lotus pose in this position, which is a little bit down the road for me, but maybe you can do it. So your foot inside the crease of your hip, other foot joins, so you have a full lotus. Just play. We're breathing in this awkward pose, learning how to still find breath and ease. Two more breaths wherever you chose to be. Breathing through your nose, you got your Ujjayi breath. Last breath here. Slowly lowering to your back. Rock and roll. And we're going to roll right on up into a half pigeon. So your bent right knee, your shin facing the top of your mat. Now roll all the way up. So your both hips are off the mat. So you're not dumping to the right, you're not leaning on a hip. If you do that, totally different pose, totally different stretch, and in fact can put a little pressure on that hip. But right here, pulling up, maybe right hand to your knee, left hand to your foot. Open up your spine if you can. Maybe hands behind your low back, open up your shoulders. Bring that left leg straight behind your sits bones. Now walking forward to your half pigeon. Now theoretically, your shin bone can be parallel to the top of the mat or tucked all the way in. You do you, but both hips are parallel towards each other if possible, or maybe prop something under that right hip, like a block or a wadded up towel. Try to find some stillness. Maybe palms are piled underneath your forehead or fists under your forehead. Try to release with every breath. A little bit more hip opener. And differentiate between pain and discomfort. If you have pain in your knee, then adjust. If it's discomfort, then breathe. And remain in that pose if you can. Let's take 3 more breaths here. No rush. Last breath here. Let your exhale exceed your inhale. Now slowly tipping to your right. Open your legs out straight. Here you are with the big wide leg forward fold. With a straight back, try to bring your hands forward, keeping that straight back. Chin forward, open up. Without rounding, still straight, walking forward. Now walk to the right. Look around your right shoulder. And walk to the left and look around your left shoulder. Nice. Coming back to the front. Hands to the front of the mat. Pull your left back toes under and pull right foot back. You can go through a vinyasa if you'd like, or just meet us in downward dog. Left foot high and left knee to your left wrist. Pull that left foot forward right into your half pigeon on the other side. Your hips are both squared to the mat. Left hand on your left knee. Right hand to right your left foot. Pull open, maybe different. Thumb on top, hands behind your back. Now walking yourself into your half pigeon. Making little adjustments as you need, but trying to maintain your stillness and breath work through this whole pose. A pose that can cause a lot of discomfort and throw us off in our thinking and in our breath. But trying to discipline yourself in all these areas. Three more breaths here. Last long breath in this pose. Now rising up and tipping to your left, wide legs and hands tented right between your knees and walking hands forward with a nice flat back. Walking over to the right, this time grabbing right foot with right hand. If you can, hook your elbow on the inside of that knee, left hand high, opening up to the side. Walking back through the center to the other side, left hand to left pinky. Hook your elbow or open up and right hand over your head. Hands back to the center, rising up slowly. Nice opening here. Just bringing yourself to a flat back. Feet right, heels right below your sits bones. Hands by your sides. Pushing up to two bridge poses, option for wheel. Some people want to bring their hands to their ears and press their whole body up to like a back bend, or hands by your hips. Pressing hips high, squeeze your heels towards your glutes like you're going to squeeze the mat up and pull your heart high. Option to kick your right foot high maybe if you'd like, and just really putting more work into that left glute. That's on you. If you want to bring it up high, just squeezing still that left heel to your glute. Let's take two more breaths here. If your foot is raised, bring it back down and hips to mat. Knees to heart, or just tick-tock your knees side to side. And one more. Hips high with a big inhale. Option to stay here, or you're in wheel, or kicking your left foot high, squeezing that right heel to your glute. Two more breaths here. Lowering your left foot, your hips to the mat, knees to your heart. Give yourself a big old hug, nose to your knees, big squeeze, rounding your back. Let's go to a fish pose so we can open up our back a little. Legs straight towards the top of your mat, hands, thumbs underneath your glutes, elbows towards each other, shoulders pull together and chin opens to the sky, top of the head to the back of the mat. Theoretically, you're going to hit your top of your head and behind you. Press your heart high, big rounding of your shoulders and your spine. Slowly coming back up, chin towards your heart. Nice. Lowering back down to your back. Feet high, hands high. Let the blood flow to your head and heart for just a moment here. Bend your right knee, grasping it with your hands. Lower your left leg all the way down. Right arm out. Pull your right knee across your body. Maybe scooch your left shoulder blade over so you can really bring both shoulders to the mat. Your left hand might be guiding your knee towards the earth. Look towards your right hand and breathe. Option to hold it just like this, or to bend your left knee and pull it behind your right knee, creating a little more of a pull towards the earth. You find your opener. Take 2 more breaths in this pose. Just luxuriate in the opener of your hip. Try to relax and melt. Beginning to unravel to your back. Maybe pull your knees to your heart, or little TikToks again. Kick your feet high. Bend your left knee, grabbing it with your hands. Right foot to the mat. Left arm wide to the left. Pull your right knee across your body. Look left. And release. Now option again to pull that right knee behind your left knee if that helps you to open up and twist. Big, deep, beautiful breathing. Two more breaths. Slowly unwinding. Grab left hand to knee, right hand to knee, and give your hips a little circles. Preparing for your Shavasana. Maybe open up to a Supta Baddha Konasana, your reclined pose of sole of foot to sole of foot. Your knees are wide and open. A little bond, a little lock here, hands by your sides, or hand on heart and hand on stomach. Just feel the movement of your body, the energy after this discipline and hard work that you've done. Bring yourself to quietness as you prepare for your Shavasana. As you're ready, option to stay exactly as you are, or to maybe straighten out your legs and your arms. Moving into this Shavasana, known as traditionally as corpse pose, leaving behind the old. That's been such a part of building you up, but no longer maybe serves you, or is just a part of you, still flowing through you. Bring yourself to the stillness of meditation. I invite you to stay exactly as you are, if you'd like, or if you'd like to begin to bring movement to your fingers and toes, feel free to do so. Maybe some deep breaths to your body. As you're ready, if you'd like, I invite you to roll to one side, maybe resting your head on one arm, and just take a moment, like a little newborn baby, and maybe remembering to treat yourself with that sort of gentleness and kindness. Pressing palm to mat, rising up to a seated pose. Your eyes are closed. We bring our hands to our knees. Maybe resting with thumb touching forefinger. With gentleness and ease, inhale your hands to heart center, palm to palm. Taking a deep, long inhale through your nose, fill up your lungs and hold it at the top. Open your mouth with a deep exhale. Maybe stick out your tongue. One more deep inhale through your nose. Fill all the way up, 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 up. And opening your mouth. Beautiful, you guys. Inhaling, thumbs to forehead. The light and the love in me honors the light and the love in you. And together we say namaste, my friends. Beautiful practice. Beautiful practice.